Hello everybody, I am still Shaq. I am still a nerd, and I still play video games poorly. So today, I am going to do an 890 jump mission. These are available around ArtCorp and Microtech. Once you get to a high enough level with security forces for both of those planets. They go pretty quick, and they are a decent way to make some money fairly rapidly if you're not into slinging boxes or salvage or mining or any of that stuff. So it's got a little bit of ship-to-ship combat and a lot of FPS combat. So there's going to be 2 hostile ships that spawn out here, and you're going to have to fight them first. Could be little fighters, could be something a little heavier. I've seen sentinels and gladiators, and I have also seen prowlers. Those aren't very common though. Generally it's fighters. Got a Reliant and a gladiator. Reliant first. Hopefully, since I am in a saber, the gladiator isn't going to notice me right away. But he probably will. Yeah, he saw me. So now I'm doing this in a saber, but it is possible to do it in a starter ship. I've done them in Mustang before. Usually when I'm feeling a little like I don't like myself very much. It's obviously if you got something with bigger guns, it can go a little bit quicker. Especially when you get something like a gladiator or a prowler. These things, the gladiators especially, can take a beating. So now that they are done, where? There you are. Now we go into the 890. So once we get a little closer, you're going to see a pop-up for a bonus objective to stop a data transmission. I'm not going to worry about that because the payout for the bonus is kind of meh. And it doesn't have any effect on reputation as far as I know. Not completing it anyway. You might get a little more if you do complete it, but like I said, it's negligible, so I don't particularly care. Instead, this is going to be kind of a walkthrough of where you can find the bad guys. So once you get to it, you've got docking collars on either side of it. This is my preferred method of entry. You can also go through the hangar at the front of the ship, but that is dangerous. And you can go through the cargo bay, which is also dangerous. This way you have a corridor that comes in. It's on one side. You got a little elevator that goes down to the cargo bay, and then this heads toward the bar, bridge, and some of the living guest quarters. There are 5 dudes in here. There's one on either side of the doorway. That guy on the balcony there. One guy a little further up. Thought I saw him, but maybe I didn't. And then there's another guy that's up here on the top level of the balcony as well. Luckily, these guys are dumb. So am I. Like I said, we're not going to worry about the bonus objective just yet. But I am going to open this door and reload. This guy's coming down yet. Okay, got one coming. Yeah, I don't care about the bonus. I care about showing people where all of you guys are so that they can do this too. And then we got our last guy up here. All right, now that this area is cleared, you can kind of go through this, kind of the main, most common places to find the bonus objective. Can be on these screens here and these 2 rooms right off of the main kind of foyer. They're on the other one or in here, and it's going to be, I can't remember if it's in the top or bottom corner, but those are 2 of the places to find them. A third is up here on the bridge. And it's going to be right about here. I did that on purpose. The last thing I want is to pull out a magazine that's only got 1 round in it. And then these rooms here, there's one here and one on the opposite side. It's the same thing on this screen here and show up. There or over here. Where I most commonly find it though is in the meeting room up here. So you got this guy here, one guy around the corner here, another one over here. Oh, and here it is. So this is actually what you're looking for if you haven't failed the objective, where it says exit right there, it'll instead have an abort button, and you'll have to click that, and then like a confirmation box will pop up, and you click that, and that's your bonus objective. And like I said, I think the payout for it's only like 1,000 AUEC. So if you don't get it, then it's really not that big a deal. Okay, after I've cleared this room and then all the way up through the meeting area up there, I come back and I don't take the elevator. Instead, if you come down these stairs and come to this hallway on the right, there's actually a ladder that you can go down. Don't go down the ladder. Ladders are stupid. Instead, turn your back to it and be ready because there's a guy right there. Usually doesn't aggro, but it's not worth taking the risk of being on the ladder and then this guy starts taking shots at you. So then there's going to be another handful of guys down here in the cargo bay. Like that guy. That guy. Not sure what was going on with the sound there. And then like any other Merc mission, once you're down to less than 20%, I think, or 30%, you get markers for the rest of the targets. Now, recently in this patch, there's been kind of an interesting bug with the guys in the hangar, and I hope it happens again. But before we get there, if you don't know your way around the 890, I'll run back here real quick. So if you take both of these doors go to the same place. That one will take you through the kitchen. But this is the important one because it takes you past medical. Which is this door right here. And this is important because the hacking thingy can show, oh, that hurt to look at, can show up right here. And oh, that's interesting. Anyway, it can be here. But there's also a med bed, so if you get injured, I think it's a tier 2. So you can take care of any relatively minor injuries that you've picked up around here, or on this one. And yes, it is a tier 2 bed. But if nothing else, it'll top off your health and food and water. Single round again. Don't like that. And there is a friendly in here, and I bet those guys are stuck together. So those guys are stuck together, and obviously you don't want to shoot into that because there's there's 3 friendlies there, and that will get you a crime stat. So instead, hopefully, you brought your pyro and tractor beam because you can send a body into them. Sometime while it used to work. And you kind of force them apart. Oh, come on. hopefully either the friendly will kill that last guy, or be killed by him so that you don't have to worry about a crime stat. There we go. And that's pretty much it. It's not really a whole lot of loot in here. I usually bring a P4 or a P8 SMG because those are the weapons that are in use here. Good guys use the P4, bad guys use a P8. So you can strip mags out of those if you need the ammo. I, however, am probably going to call it a night for this. I'm going to head back to Tressler, restock, and maybe go do something else. Oh, actually, before I do that, though, so I showed you where it can spawn in the med bay. There's one more spot where the hacking device can show up. Generally, if it's the way I do these, always coming in through the airlocks, or the docking collars rather. Generally, if they're down in the med bay or down here, I'm not going to find them in time. But the last place it can show up is around in this general area. But if it's down here, generally the timer's going to run out before I can get to it. But again, I generally don't really worry about it that much because the payout isn't all that great. Instead, I focus on getting the objectives done and grabbing another one pretty much immediately, as you can run these back to back to back as long as your ship doesn't take too much damage and you don't run out of ammo. You can do these for a while, and at 90k a pop, it's a pretty decent chunk of change. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.